Games, board games, board games. I might be talking about board games, but I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this streaming, and soon I'll be doing some drawing. I'm going to draw a little more art pieces. Indeed, I'll draw four. Two from Facebook and yeah, two from three from Facebook and one from Twitter, and that's where people seem to gather. And I'll draw those things, and hopefully they will bring a little joy to the people who requested these things. And now I'm going to stop doing my things. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. It is 10 a.m. UK time, time for Busy Beat and Board Game Blether. Hello to me, it is lovely to see you. I hope you are doing generally well. What have you been up to? I mean, I feel like I'm fairly sure I saw you yesterday, like I see you pretty much every day. But yes, how are you and what are you up to? Are you going to bed in at any points? I'm assuming that that's the situation, that at some point you're just going to drift off and hopefully be embraced by the warm cuddle of the slumber. As I said, it's Busy Beats and Board Game Blether. Today I am going to draw four more pieces. Let's talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights. Recent highlights, playing games and other delights. Recent highlights. Timmy says, gonna get tea and then lay down soon. So I guess that once you're laying down, you've kind of got this on a screen somewhere and you're probably going to fall asleep to the sound of my voice. I mean, I'm kind of honored that I've got, I guess, a calming meditative quality to the voice. And yeah, hopefully there is some actual interest, but it's really nice to be part of your routine. Now, we were talking about recent highlights. I drew this because I put up the rules for Bidabel. Bidabel is a game by Alex Cannon and Xate. Not only did I draw that, but I also drew, if I can find the sheet, I also drew this, which is a picture of Xate. It's not a very good picture of Xate. Xate looks far more pretty than this. And then this is a picture of Alex Cannon. And so yeah, they designed Bidabel together. I did a wee bit of development, and I'm excited to have those rules up. Yesterday evening after the stream, I also did this little derpy unicorn. I mean, look at its wee legs go. I did this. This is meant to be a tiny tree with a tiny sentient tree with a flower blooming out the top, and the cat I added just for reference. On stream, I drew the sad critter expressing, I think, being thankful or expressing gratitude. I mean, yeah, I guess I feel of those two things as very similar. This is the meeple playing the musical instruments. This is more than 100 cats I counted, and I think it's actually 104. I thought it was just 101 when I did it. Oh well. This was the bird and the cat for Jess, and this is probably my favourite because I quite like the way that the seashell came out. It is a little bird on a seashell. Or no, they didn't say little, it's a happy bird on a seashell. And hopefully you will agree that this bird looks quite happy. So yeah, yesterday I did that. I also wrote the rules. I finished writing the rules to Bidabel and to um, Growbot Smash. Most of that writing was um, writing about the people, writing the story of how it came to be. The actual rules of the game, I did make some tiny edits, but they were basically done. And I had a review of Bidabel come out, and it made me realize, wow, oh my gosh, is this really messing up already? So I need to quit this. This is not. Hello, I am Bez again, and yep, I'm not sure if what's going on with the laptop, and I just turned it off. We'll see what happens. I'll give it a couple of minutes and then turn it on again, and hopefully it'll be okay. But yeah, yesterday someone reminded people of an interview they'd done with me, and I got my mail sent out, my message of the month. I think that took me a good chunk of the day, and also writing the story of these games took me a good few hours, and so I ended up going to sleep at 6 a.m. So I've really not had much sleep. That's not great. Like, it's been 2 or 3 hours, which, if I'm a bit woozy, well, that's why, and I hope you understand. But anyway, so this review, I was like, wow, it's great that they enjoyed it, but their main issue, the thing that they said, oh, but this is the slight drawback, it was all about the rules, the way they were written. And there was one point that they said, oh, there's this edge case that the rules don't mention, and we did this, and I felt like it was clear, but I put in a little thing to clarify that. I put in one line, and hopefully that makes the rules quite a bit better. But the other things that they mentioned about the rules were the fact that an image wasn't there yet, that it was a placeholder thing, that parts of the story, it just wrote story to be added. And yeah, I thought that these things were fine to have in a rule sheet that's early in development, but it made me realize, wow, maybe this isn't okay. Maybe I can't just get too turned off by this. And maybe I really need to rethink the way that at what point I send out rule sheets, at what point I do these things, because maybe I should even make a second thing. So whereas I've got currently one repository for the LDEC stuff, maybe there should be a second repository for LDEC stuff that is more under construction. Like, what would the redirect even be? I've currently got Wibble and L going to that, so maybe all the LDEC stuff, or more L, or I mean, more L would be kind of funny because it's more LDEC games and more L the mushroom. But yeah, that's the thing to remember, that when you're sending out rule sheets into the world, people don't always understand when something's going to be changed and when something's not going to be changed. I remember with the original LDEC, some people were like, oh wow, this looks so much better than I thought it was going to look, because of course they got some nice lettering, whereas they thought that they were going to get just scratched in lettering and it was going to be horrible and nasty, just like the original prototype. And so that's a real lesson to me, to not show, well, maybe not show too much publicly things in progress. I think that's the real lesson for me, because the game was released yesterday / very early this morning, and so I felt okay with the rules being up there but a bit janky, but maybe I shouldn't have been. And so I think that probably at some point in the next couple of days, I'm going to delete a lot of those LDEC rule sheets from that website, and they are going to go over to a new website where it will be called More L. But yeah, that is my recent highlights. What about you? Let's... If anyone's got any questionably quick questions, then now is that section. But otherwise, brilliant things, brilliant things. What's the little thing which is brilliant? People correcting you. And I'm going to say, yeah, yesterday there was one part, maybe I was a wee bit too pedantic. Maybe I was a wee bit too disgruntled or whatever. And someone had some success, and then someone said, oh, congratulations, good things come to the people who work hard. And then I said in that thing, yeah, this doesn't always happen. If you don't work hard, it doesn't mean, if you don't have your good thing yet, it doesn't mean you haven't worked hard enough. It doesn't mean you have to burn out yourself. And then after a little bit of back and forth, then someone stepped in and said, hey, your first comment, okay, I kind of agreed with it. The second comment, where you're talking about the luck involved, that's kind of a bad attitude, but also just to say there's kind of another dimension where you're meant to be a board member of Tabletop Mentorship, and you're speaking to someone who's a mentee, and there is a power imbalance, and you're kind of yucking under your yum. And it's good to make people be realistic. It's good to warn people, but not at the expense of getting rid of their enthusiasm. And I think that, yeah, I did forget that I was part of the board for Tabletop Mentorship, and that does lead to a bit of a power imbalance. And so maybe it wasn't cool of me to do that. And so I want to say, yeah, it's brilliant to be called out by that, because only by being called out can we really then improve. Because by being called out by someone saying, hey, this is maybe not appropriate, then we can think and say, you know what, maybe it isn't appropriate. And part of me really wanted to protest that. Part of me wants to kind of, wanted to say, yeah, just to say, I don't want anyone to give up. But at that point, it was better for me to just say, you're right, and I'm sorry, and just to kind of draw a line under that and carry on. Hello, Jess. It is lovely to see you, and I'm sorry that I've missed all your messages since the past 2 minutes while I was talking about the recent highlights, and also I'm on my phone, which is making the things slightly more challenging. Yeah, maybe I'm going to, if I can, open up Google Chrome, because then I need to use less windows, at least for a moment. And so I'm going to open up the thing in another browser that I don't normally use. So yeah, if I go to, I'm just trying to log in to StreamYard on the other thing where while I carry on chatting to this, and I do apologize for, oh my gosh, this is really annoying. Okay, so let's address the comments first. I've missed you, says Jess, since yesterday. I just corrected German Kai subtly. He said it was cute or something that I did it subtly. And apparently Jess only just got to notification and can smell pizza. Still got the corona today. Is that spelling? And the way that Jess kind of asked was, is that spelling correct? And yeah, I sometimes do this with people that I don't know. And so I've been told by someone else. You might have seen me where I was being told by Tonya Pobuda that I shouldn't ever apologise for correcting someone. And there's a difference between correcting someone and it's not about correcting them, it's also about challenging them, because sometimes it's just about different viewpoints or different opinions, and sometimes people don't mean things literally. As someone who's probably on the autistic spectrum, I like things to be literally correct. If you say something, I sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I am at risk of being that person who takes it to heart. And if I don't know better, I might assume that it's literally correct, and then I might be discouraged. And so if I'm preventing someone else from being discouraged, then that might be a reasonable thing. And at the start, I didn't need to make a show of, oh, I totally disagree. It just needed to be like, oh, and if your good thing hasn't come yet, that doesn't necessarily mean you're working not hard enough. Don't give up. Don't feel like you have to burn yourself out. Just continue, and hopefully we can all have good things come to us. Congratulations, Roxanne. And I don't want to overcorrect people, and is it wrong to be not literally correct? No, it's not. But yeah, of course, again, sometimes it's, do people care? I have things wrong all the time when I type personal messages, because maybe I say something and then the voice to text doesn't quite work, or maybe my fingers slip up and it's not quite correct, and that's okay. We need to be okay with ourselves having a little typo or something. And frankly, in that scenario, if I get corrected, then I'm like, yeah, I'm aware of that. It's just because I didn't have the energy to correct myself, and I assume that you understand what I mean, and that's the key thing with communication. But yeah, of course, in an English class, I understand that you need to be better. But Jess says, when correcting, you need to be subtle with Thai teenagers, because it's not culturally acceptable to criticize openly. That is interesting. And Jess says, I like to tell you all your thoughts. Like that day you wore blue. I made that up. And Jess says, I was asking you if I spelt subtly correctly. Oh! Yes, that is how you spell subtly. Yes. And although Jess does indeed say to the teenagers, how do you spell blah, 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 like if they were to write quite instead of quiet. Because, yeah, I can definitely see how those two things would get confused, especially for a non-native English speaker. And frankly, even for a native English speaker, maybe you've got problems with spelling, maybe you've got dyslexia, maybe you've, maybe you're just learning to read and whatever, fundamentally, yes, I can see how you would get it wrong, and yeah, that's a nice way to do it. If I were very direct about my students' mistakes, it would be game over, says Jess. They'd never learn from me and never speak up in class again. Oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. Like, this could be a good learning experience for me to be more subtle, potentially. It's hard enough to get them to speak up as it is, says Jess. I corrected Bez once because I'm an English pedant. Sometimes living away from the UK, though, I do forget words and spellings. Interesting. Whoops, that got that changeover slightly wrong, but yes, it is all swapped over. I have my laptop back up, and now I don't have to extend my hand out. You know, it gets surprisingly tiring doing that for 10, 20 minutes. Anyway, today I'm going to get the phone onto the other stand and let's draw 4 things. Let's see how we get on with this. Let's draw some things. Let's draw some more. And I'm not going to draw 104 cats because that got my hand sore. Yep, I'm not going to draw 104 cats. But I will, however, sneak preview. I will, however, draw, all sorts of things which I had in. Oh, I just realized that the windows that had lined up are no longer there. So I'm going to have to get them up in. Yeah, how am I going to do this if I'm not opening? Yeah, I have to open up thingy. I have to open up Firefox. So I've got 4 things. One is a wizard. Someone just said, draw a wizard, deliberately vague, just follow the magic. One person asked me to do some sort of dice monster with arm. I can't remember whether they said arms, but I think they just said legs. One person asked me to do a penguin mixed with a dragon. And finally, someone asked me to wear a red dress. No, sorry, to draw a red dress. That would be perfect for me. So the question is, what red dress would be perfect? Not just what would be good for me, but what would be perfect? That is the question. And I want to try and show that off and draw that. So you can see what would be the perfect red dress for me. Hello, Alex. It is lovely to see you. I hope that you are generally well. And yeah, thank you again for making Bidabel. And I hope that you and Xate are okay with the way that the rules were written up in the end. It is kind of all. Yeah, it was done ridiculously late at night, and I've only had a couple of hours of sleep. Jess says, in Thailand, you'll learn about subtlety. That is slightly misspelled. I mean, do you want to know about your misspellings, or would you prefer me to just not tell you here? Like, that's the question, because you asked me about is subtly, but yeah, it's weird because just being an English teacher and all, and yeah, that is totally okay. And you don't have to apologize. I'm like, yeah, does Jess want me to misspell this? But yeah, I've had to learn to read between the lines in a Thai way. No one will directly criticize me. It's so rare. And yeah. So yeah, Alex, I hope that you. And yes, I know in your defense you have coronavirus, and that is going to take the kind of yeah, exactly. You have got COVID. So let's tear out 4 sheets of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 more arts requests, and then I will be done with the best day arts requests for the moment. And if there's any more coming in, then I will sort it out maybe at the end of the week or on Saturday or something. But let's finish getting this all done. So, yes, Alex, how are you? You're just too hard to criticize, says Alex. I mean, whoever that's targeted at, that's an amazing compliment. It's like we are so perfect that you just can't criticize us. I mean, hopefully I make it easy to criticize people. Hopefully I make it approachable. Because, yeah, once again, criticism is the brilliant thing. Now, as we go forwards, as always, comment, ask questions, thumb, like, follow. Please do. That's the reason why I do these things. And Alex says, yes. Yeah, you mischievous dad with your dad jokes and your... Okay, let's try and get this all set up. Okay, let me change to this camera view until I've actually got this to be a little bit stable. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, there we go. Let's bring this camera down. Okay, sheets of paper, a whole bunch of pencils. These are prototype cards. That's for Seize the Power. Just ignore that. That's for a game about counting cats, shapes, and colors that keeps getting trickier, which is going to be totally different for the second edition. It'll be marginally simplified, but it'll still get trickier, but it just won't be so trickier individually. And Jess wants to let us know, Jess has a new German friend. Alex wants us to know that yesterday they got to do 3 escape rooms in a row. That sounds amazing. Is that because you were so good that they let you do one and then one and then one? Or is that because you paid for all 3? That sounds amazing. Jess says that in Thailand you have to be half direct, half subtle. And yeah, for sure, hopefully it all went well and you're all staying safe. Hello, Yoda. It is an absolute delight to have you with us, and I hope that you are generally well as well. Let me share my screen window. First, okay, best the art request. This one from D. Visitron, a wizard. Okay, I'm going to draw a wizard. What's the wizard going to look like? I don't know. And what's going on with this wizard? I don't know. I need to grab a pencil. Where's my pencil? I hope that it's over there, but I'm not totally sure. Oh, here it is, on the other side. There we go. Okay, let's draw a wizard. And let's get me back. And Jess says, I mean, if I have a German friend and they live in Thailand, I have to be half direct and half subtle. Oh, so you only have to be direct to the German friend. Okay, cool. And, but with me, you would want to be very direct. I mean, I've told even Johan off because Johan, my long-standing friend who's helped me at the show, they were like, hey, is there anything? Sometimes you give people things at the end of a convention. I just want to check. And it was tired. I was not sure what they were saying. What they were actually trying to say was, are you going to give me free stuff at the end of the show? Because if you are, I need to work out how to get it back home. And I was like, no, I'm not going to give you free stuff because I paid for you to get here. I paid for you to come to Germany. I'm not giving you free games. And they're like, okay, that's totally fair. And it was just, and so telling a diagnosed autistic person that they have to be more direct, I'm probably autistic too. Anyway, wizard. Wizard is following the magic, and wizard is reading a map. That wizard is reading a map this way. Maybe this is wizard, and wizard is looking like that, and wizard. Let me turn off the light because it feels like that's probably. Actually, that's no better. You still cannot see. Let me see if I can bounce the lights off the wall or something. Or that way. Because there's pencil marks and you totally cannot see the pencil marks. See, this is the thing. Okay, you're just not necessarily going to see all the pencil marks. Okay, so we've got the map. The map's going to be laid out like that. The hand's there, the other hand's there, and then behind the map there's the wizard, and yeah, is the wizard bare-legged, or does this wizard have trousers? I don't know. I think that this wizard is bare-legged and they have slightly hairy legs. That's what I'm going to go with. That's my decision for the wizard. It is said, and so shall it be done. Boom. Now, the wizard has little sandals on their feet at the bottom. And they're going pum, pum, pum. And the feet are going fume, fume, fume. It's like, oh, what's going on here? And they're just looking at the map. That's all they're doing. It's just a wizard looking at the map. And just says, oh, Johan is autistic. I guess that is a tricky question for anyone. I'd take a big bag just in case, but maybe you can't take a big bag on the airplane. And so I think there's nothing wrong with being direct and just asking, are you planning to give me stuff on this trip? Because if you are, I need to work out how to get to home, because maybe you've got limited luggage space. Yeah, like I think that not asking about the free stuff is, yeah, why not just ask? I don't see that as an issue. I think now let's think, how would it be holding this? It would be the top two joints of the fingers, and I'm going to have these and that, and I'm going to ignore the other forefinger because I can't be bothered drawing it, and it's a long-standing tradition that 3 fingers is as good as 4. That's what cartoons taught me, that 3 fingers, 4 fingers, it's all good. Just says, I wouldn't want to ask in case I offended the potential giver of free stuff, in case they thought I expected the free stuff. I wish I was in a relationship today. I need someone to get my food. I'm sorry, Jess. And, oh, if I do this, you can sort of, wait, does that work? Do I want to turn, let me try. Yeah, I don't think, getting these pencil marks to actually appear is almost like a magic trick in and of itself. This is really weird how difficult it is to make this appear. Yeah, anyway, you're going to see it soon enough, because now I've got the bold pen. Okay, this wizard is going to have really bushy eyebrows. Actually, let's, and it's going to have Pyum. And there we go. And choom, choom, doo, 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 doo. I'm drawing a thing. I'm happening to sing. Because I don't know what to talk about. And it would be not that entertaining if I were just to speak normally and say what I'm doing when you can see quite clearly what I am doing. But maybe a melody might make it more entertaining. Okay, yeah, the bold marker is definitely running out here. Got this. I mean, the perspective of the feet is slightly wonky. It's a little bit of a weird pose, but hey, I'm sticking with it. And that's done. Let's add, this is a medium pen, I guess. Now let's go with the fine. Where's the fine? I think it's over there on that direction. Little stars on the robe. This is a wizard. Does it look like a wizard? I mean, it's got a pointy hat. And why are wizards all about the pointy hats? And I mean, this wizard's got hairy legs. Just a wee bit hairy. Not like the hairiest legs ever. Although, to be fair, if for you to even bother drawing the hair on the cartoon, I guess it shows that it's a pertinent detail. So maybe these are the hairiest ever. But yeah, this is definitely a wizard reading a map, and that is that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, so Alex, thank you for jumping in. And yeah, I don't know, have you read the rules for BBBBB today? If you haven't, you know, there's a short paragraph about Unix 8, and do let me know if you would like it changed or anything. I'm going to just do some quick block coloring like that, and then there'll be some of these greys used. Let's get the lighter one first, and let's add some more grey here. Yep, that feels like it could be maybe a map, I don't know. Maybe it's a map, maybe it's not. But it is a map, I'm telling you. I mean, but based on the picture, it could be anything. It could be any scroll. What color is this? I've got this pen beside me, so I'm going to make them this color as a bit of shading. They are a white-skinned person, I guess, with this color for the shadows, and that is the way it's going to be. And whoops, kind of messed up the eye there. maybe I want to use one of these other colours to sort of blend it a wee bit. Yeah, let's see how that turns out. Yeah, it's definitely smudging the black, which isn't ideal, but it's fine, it's fine. There we go. And some sort of colour for the robe. And Alex says, "Oh, thanks for the lovely portraits. Oh, excellent. I'm glad that you like it. Excellent. I'm genuinely really happy." Alex says, "Maybe you could form a short-term relationship with a food delivery company to Jess." And yeah, I love this banter that you've got going on. It's extremely easy to order delicious food quickly in Thailand, but I'm only wearing a towel. I think as long as you're covering up as long as you can get the towel to cover up your main bits, just go to the door and peer over. I've done that with the postman once, where I was basically getting dressed, and then I was, sure, I'll just kind of hang behind this door and look over, and it's fine. Oh wait, you have to go down in the lift to pick up the food. They don't bring it up to you. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's a hand towel, says Alex. I mean, I'm sure there's a bath towel. Come on. I mean, they would actually bring it to my door, and it's like, hey, we'll bring it up here. I mean, you could ask them and then maybe give them a small tip or something, because I'm sure you can afford a tip in Thailand to get them up. And yeah, maybe what color do I want this to be? Oh, that looks good. I'm excited by this purple. Let's make this purple the shadow of this robe. I guess this robe I'm doing with lines, and this. There we go. They can't bring it up in. They can't bring it up now due to COVID. Not since 2019. They're not allowed to go upstairs. That is indeed a shame. I do like the way that this pen turns out when I kind of use it on its side. I mean, I can't control it quite as much as I would like, but I really like the way that it kind of has a textured effect when you use these pens on their side. It's probably also thanks to the fact that these pens aren't totally new. Like, if they were new, I might not like them quite as much. That should be a wee bit darker. That is my wizard. I'm really liking this wizard. I'm going to colour it in a tiny bit more. Just there. That's a bit darker than I thought it would be. So I'm going to stop colouring it in more. I'm going to try this pen, which I remember is quite faint. Yep, I like this pen. This gives it a magical sort of look. And yep, I will do that. And maybe this wizard has grey eyebrows. I don't know. I'm going to give them grey eyebrows. And that is the wizard. This is a wizard reading a map. That is my first thing. Day 4 of COVID, and Jess has given up on getting food. Actually, just put tempeh in the air fryer, but I don't want it anymore. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. Let me show it to the other camera. You can sort of see it slightly better. That is the pink and also blue wizard. There we go. Where's the other 3 bits of paper? There we go. The next thing I am going to draw is a dice. Here we go. I would love to see a dice die that has legs and arms. So it has to have legs, it has to have arms, it has to be some kind of monster. And the rest of it about the t-shirts, I explained that I don't like that level of what's the words I'm looking for, kind of responsibility, so I wasn't willing to guarantee that. And a paid gig would be a very different thing. It's my top camera freezing up again. Okay, so I named that wizard Harry Legs, says Yoda. Cool. So this is, I've drawn creatures, like for a game about wee whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after some mixed noises, I drew a d20. For a game about cute comical creatures and trying to identify them after some mixed noises, I drew a d8 and a d12. I can't remember if any of them were inspired by a d4 yet, but this is going to be a cube. This is going to be a d6. Now, what's the sides that should be showing? I'm just going to ignore the fact that this video is lagging terribly. And yes, you better reach your temper. Feel better soon. What numbers do I want? I'm just going to go with 3 on this side, which means that 4's on the bottom. And I guess 1 here. And if there's 4 on the bottom, maybe there's 4 legs coming out. Yeah, maybe that's how this creature works. There's 4 things on. There's the what would be beside the 1 and the 3? I almost feel like I need a die for reference. Do please pardon me. This feels like something that people will care about. So I am off to get to die. It's only round the corner. Off to get to die. Do 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 do. Getting the die, getting the die. And I've dropped a bunch of bits. Getting a die, getting a die. And now I am back. Getting a die. Okay, so let's look at it. I've got 3 on the top and 1 on there, so that means that it's 5 on the other side. Okay, cool. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yep, it's 4 on the bottom, 6 on that side. I'm going to say it's got 6 eyes on that side and 2 eyes on that side. And actually, maybe it's got 1 arm on this side and 6 arms on that side. And then the 5 is the mouths and the 3s are the eyes. Yeah, I like this. Okay, so its hands are going to be just 2 arms. Then 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then said that these are mouths. And yeah, there's 5 little mouths. And then 3 eyes up at the top. The eyes are going to be kind of poking up like a frog, which is how it can see over itself, because otherwise it would only be able to see straight up. So this is a totally legitimate creature. And it's another Xenopus, like another two-toed creature. I mean, a Xenopus is a two-toed frog, but I just like that word. And I'm aware that I'm using it not quite correctly. But yeah, let's stick with that. That is my dice creature. That hopefully will update soon. Doing a bit of marker work. You know what? I'm going to take this down for just a minute and try and take it off the Wi-Fi and see if that improves things, that's all. Because maybe my Wi-Fi just isn't good enough. And I'm going to start it again. This phone will turn off, and I will do this to show you what I'm doing. So, drawing the hand. I'm happy with this hand. I'm not really happy with the other hand, but hey ho. It probably would have been better if the 1 was here and then the 6 was on the other side. But I'm aware that that's not actually how dice work. Like maybe if I guess it could have been it could have been like this. Like 6 on one side, 6 arms facing us, 1 on the back, and then 4 eyes on the front, and 1 leg at the bottom. Maybe that would have been better, but hindsight is 2020. This is why this is not a commercial thing. Like if I was actually being paid by, to do this as a commercial thing, I'd be drawing a few different variations of this. But let's just try and finish this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. It's got 5 mouths and not much space, and in a sense it doesn't make much sense. But maybe that is okay, because not everything has to be perfect. Not everything has to be perfect. Fact, very few things need to be. Almost nothing has to be perfect. And that's something I need to be reminded about constantly. Just get it done and get it done. And maybe we can try to have some fun. And maybe we can go and see what sort of perfect would sufficiently satisfy our needs. Don't aim for perfection. Don't aim for perfection. Don't aim for perfection, because it can be crippling and anxiety inducing. Yeah, that's my song about remembering that things don't have to be perfect. So let's get the phone back on. Let's get the internet back on. Let's see if it works. Let's take the thing off. I'm just sorting out the phone. I'm glad that you enjoy the thing. Enjoy the song. Hopefully this will... Yeah, I think that's cool. Excellent. So now you can see what I've been drawing a wee bit better. Okay, this is the creature. It's a creature. It's like when Say doesn't want to say that she doesn't like something, it's like, it's a game. It's like, yeah, it's a drawing. It's a thing. Got a little bit of green for some reason. And then I'm thinking like maybe splotchy bits. Like little dots and stuff. Like maybe little dots would make it look quite frog-like. Maybe that's fun. I don't know. I mean, just follow the mojo. Let's see what it looks like. It was interesting that when I talked about the art request, one of the replies was from Ian Brocklebank saying, hey, this is like Midjourney, but even better because you don't need to get an account. And I replied, well, I hope that people aren't expecting the sort of graphical fidelity that they would actually get with Midjourney. I mean, if you are, then you'll be disappointed, and it's very different, but hopefully, I don't know if, like, seeing the human elements, it's definitely something that Midjourney wouldn't make. But it is really interesting, the whole notion of, like, whether it's okay to use that for games and stuff. And I know that something could... Jess has got a question, like, yeah, what I was about to say was that Jonathan Gilmore was talking about how it's not cool to use that sort of art because ideally you'd be paying for actual artists and having cool artists. Jess, I could still taste and smell food when I had COVID, yes. Jess says, I can still taste and smell, which is unfortunate for eating tempeh. I mean, I'm not sure I'm super familiar with tempeh. Is it really such a bad thing? I'm sure he must be just saying that, kind of exaggerating for effect. But yeah, I can imagine that if it's not that nice and you've already had it a whole bunch of times, and at that point it's... yeah. I was that would have been the one bit of it that would have been kind of interesting. Potentially. I'm going to color these in all the way. Color these in all the way. Maybe I'll get some blue on here as well. Just, yeah. Just going to do that. And let's do... that should be a bit darker in the kind of armpit area. And yeah, I was going to add some blue. There we go. Some blue to kind of shade in that green. I mean, obviously it's not actually coming up as blue, but just add a wee bit of shading. Yeah, like that. I mean, it's not the way I would have liked it to turn out, but it is looking okay. And where's my yellow pen? Let's grab a yellow pen. That's a bit more orange than I realized it would be. Should have gone with this green pen. Yeah, that's far better. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to leave some bits of it white in order to work, okay, and I'm going to maybe colour in bits around the mouth. We'll colour in this one side because this is the side that's in shadow. The light's kind of coming in from this direction. Imagine from the top left, so here we go. That is my dice monster. What do you think of it? That is that, and maybe a little bit of. There we go. That is my dice monster. Just says, I like temper, but it's bland. I like it more with mustard, but I'm out of mustard. So yeah, I mean, you'd be getting the same blandness if you didn't have if you had lost your sense of taste. And it's not unfortunate for eating tempeh. It's just fortunate for having all the other things which have more taste. And Jess says, because I live in Thailand, I need hot spice on most foods. No, that's fair. Anyway, here we go. This is a dice monster. And actually, I'm going to do a tiny bit more scumbling. And yeah, maybe I'm overworking this now. Sorry, working you too hard. You're not as pretty as you could be. I'm kind of adding on too much, but maybe it'll turn out okay. It's all right. Okay, so I hope that's clearly a dice because it's got like 6 arms on that side, 1 on this, 5 here, 3 here, 4 there. Yeah, it looks. Maybe the hands could have been like a bit stubby. I don't know, but I'm okay with this, and it is drawn. Now, what's next? Let's do the thing, and the next art request was a beautiful red dress that would be perfect for me. Okay, this is wow. That's feels like quite a tricky thing. What is a red dress? Okay, I'm going to draw myself. Actually, I guess I should really draw. And do I actually have a waist these days? Not as much as I would like. The dress would definitely be fitted, but yeah, like that. I think. Let's be realistic. And then it goes in. Maybe there's some sort of ruffle, like ruching, and then there's like a big yeah, this is the red dress that I've drawn. Can you sort of see it? Just says, I'm happy because food is my main pleasure now. Food, cuddling, Sheila, playing Yahtzee. Cooler than red dress is the sugar babes. I mean, I don't need to be told why my red dress isn't cool enough. Now you're just dissing me. I feel dissed. Nah, it's okay. You're okay. We cool. What am I wearing? I'm wearing heels and Yeah, I actually want wedge heels. I want, well, not quite wedge heels. I just want chunkier heels because, stilettos are awfully hard to dance, and I want chunky heels. And also I would like, I would actually like to be wearing strappy heels given the weather just now. So if I could magically create any heels, this is what I would be wearing. And let's do that, and that, and now I need to make sure that my face is hopefully okay. So this is me. Okay, there we go. That is the red dress. Except it's not red yet. Oh, I am cooler than the red dress. Ah, okay, I get it. It was a compliment from. Okay, I feel like I need to watch this video to understand what you're on about. I will not do it right now. I will do it later. And it'd be like that. And actually, maybe I want kind of ruched, kind of open, scalloped edges. So that is how it goes. And there's like little sparkles. It's kind of bedazzled. I know it's a bit tacky, but and then a ruched kind of thing. So there we go. Here it would go. Maybe there's an underskirt or something. I don't know. Yeah, there are multiple layers to this dress, but they're all really thin. So yeah, you can see, where's my super fine pen? You can see it just because it's so thin, this dress, you can see a tiny bit of the legs going up. There we go. And yeah, that leg doesn't quite work, but hey ho. 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are basically like high heel sandals, because yeah, you want a bit of a strap there as well, just to make it stay on properly. This is kind of, so I've been asked to design my outfit. That's how I see it. It's like, Bez, what would you like to be wearing right now? I mean, not literally right now because I'm sitting down, but yeah, what would I like to be wearing tonight when I go to Tabletop Tuesday? This is what I would like to be wearing. Let's block out my hair color. Maybe it's a red dress even before it's colored in, because my intention is that it's red dress, says Alex. C'est une robe rouge, if you will. Alex parle français. Je pense seulement un petit peu. Moins que moi. If I don't know how to say that correct. This is going to be actually, I'm not going to have too much red going on in my hair. I'll just have this as my hair. This is my hair. Where's a good red? I want a faint red. Let's start with this, which is definitely not red. And then I'll go up to the bolder red. Because hopefully that will give me the potential to colour it in. We've got the red things here. These shoes are totally red. Of course they are. What other colour would I be wearing? This bottom is quite red. And then yeah, I think that kind of works. It's not quite red enough. Let me add in some pink and then some orange. Yeah. So it's got a mixture of pink and orange in with the red. So just magically all the colours. That's a good red. I like that. Yes, I've heard of Cecina Pound Peep. Alex, you might have to explain that to the other people, but I didn't want to jump down that rabbit hole or necessarily even acknowledge it, which I hope doesn't make me a terrible person. Cecina Pound Peep, the idea being that basically it's a drawing of a pipe, so it was a piece of art where it is a picture of a pipe and then the artist on it wrote Cecina Pound Peep. It kind of says this is not actually a pipe, it is a drawing of a pipe, and that was the point. That art is just a representation, and no matter what, it's not going to be the real thing. Maybe I've gotten it slightly wrong. You can explain it if you think that I did a bad job, and you're very welcome. Okay, I think that this is a good red. This is me wearing a beautiful red dress, and I want to add in some shading to me. This is all the shading that the drawing gets, and this is me. Thank you very much, Jess. And yes, that is my perfect red dress with a bit of bedazzling at the top and then this kind of flowing thing at the bottom. It's definitely a dress where I would have to wear safety pants, by which I mean pants that I don't mind the public seeing, like kind of, as opposed to, yeah, you know what I mean. Like when you're dancing and you're spinning around, sometimes your skirts or your dress might go up, so you need to be mindful of that to make sure. It's similar when you're, cycling. You need to be mindful that people might see your pants. Yeah, you don't wear a thong. That's the last thing you'd want to do. But yeah, it's got this kind of tight, cinched waist, and it's like, yeah, very form-fitting. That is that dress. And this is the final thing. Which is some sort of penguin mixed with a dragon. And if you're feeling adventurous, it could be wearing rainbow clothes, says Sammy Clark. Well, Sammy, am I feeling adventurous? I don't know. Am I? Let's just start off and see how we're getting on. So I've already drawn a penguin dragon thing. So this is what a penguin looks like. Does it have two heads, or is it? So this is black and white. The thing about a penguin, though, is that, yeah, the thing about a penguin is that the colours on its body are really what makes it penguiny, and I think that's I'm not sure. Like, is that there? Like, is Sammy basically saying, "Oh, I dare you to put on rainbow clothes"? I bet you can't. Or is it just like genuinely up to me? I'm not sure. I mean, so black. It's kind of just following that bit, and I just want to be like, okay, what if it's a dragon, but with the coloring of a penguin? That makes it pretty penguiny, right? I mean, okay, I think that this is a dragon. What's white and black and red all over? The sunburnt penguin. What's black and white and red all over? A newspaper. Very good. Can you draw Alex and me? Asks Jess. No, after this I'm going to finish up, and we've already had your requests for Bestie. Yep, I Alex is already drawn. If you are on my mailing list, then you have a link to a drawing of them. If you're not, then go to stuffbybez.com/ELL. Alex can probably give the link. Okay. There we go. This is a kind of penguin dragon hybrid. Hopefully, yeah, I wasn't going to draw the lower bit, but I think I am going to make it slightly less derpy. And there we go. And thank you for sharing the link, Alex. Yeah, what is everyone up to today? Personally, I'm up to quite a bit. I'm going to be doing some playtesting. Not playtesting. I'm going to be doing some demoing, all sorts of demoing. I'm going to be doing some. I'm going to be going. Let me see more images. Okay, bits of yellow over here is apparently what I want for, and bits of yellow for the snout. Okay, and the darkest shadows of the black are where I will have this blue, and I'm going to darken this up. I mean, actual black is not so interesting. Actual white is not so interesting. I just try to have really dark colors or really light colors and see how it works, and hopefully it will work okay. For the white, let's see how this goes. That is going to be the white. For the black, yeah, that's not good at all. I'm going to totally redo that. But first, let me put that in as a sort of, let's call it a base coat. Yeah, this pen is really running out. The nice thing is that, yeah, there's something nice about pens when they're running out, and they give you an interesting, yeah, there's a new interesting range of how it can behave, if you know what I mean. Hopefully you know what I mean. I'm not sure I am doing the best job of expressing myself. But yeah, that dark green seems to be coming through. It's a joy to just see, okay, how does it work? What's it going to look like now? Let's experiment and let's find out together. Putting it on the side so it's a wee bit more soft. Things don't have to be, like, I'm not trying to make photorealism. I actually like little bits of texture from just this is the pen's direction. I like that aspect of a drawing. What other colours could be here? What other colours do I have that would work? I guess like this purple. There we go. That looks good. And yeah, I realise that it's not wearing rainbow clothes. I'm almost tempted to give it, if I'd thought about it, maybe I could have given it a little scarf or something. That would have been a nice idea. But it feels too late now to be giving it a scarf. Feels like, could I have rainbow platform shoes just to add in that little bit of rainbowness that Sammy asked for? Or should I just stop it at this point and be like, you know what? It was an optional thing. I've done enough. I think I'm tempted by that other option. Where's my... Yeah, I feel like that works well. Blue instead of the black. I could at this point do a tiny bit of a dark, cool grey. This is 70% warm grey. No, I'm thinking a cool grey. 60% cool grey. What's this? 70% cool grey. Most of these pens that I got, they were kind of on a job lot. So it was like, hey, you don't get to choose these pens, but if you get these exact pens, then it's a bit cheaper. And I like that because it's a nice way to try out a whole bunch of different pens and see what you actually get on well with. And I do like the Prismacolors. I feel like that's worked quite well. That is going to have a tiny bit of red. And tiny bits of grey. Let's use this one. Maybe there's a tiny bit of grey also here, just to kind of for the yeah, I think that is working. That is the last thing that I will draw for today. So that is that. That is the end. And I am just going to double check if there's any more recent things for Best Day Art requests on Twitter. No, there are not. Are there any more things on Facebook? No, there are not. And let me check Instagram just in case someone made an art request there. No one made an art request on Instagram. It's quite interesting. I got how the ratio was. So let's question of the day. Here's a little question before we go on our way. So my question of the day is, what do you tend to like colors, or do you tend to prefer more muted things like grays and more subtle things? I mean, if everything in your world, in your living area, had to be of one quality, and you were either able to, like, what saturation would you choose? Like pastels? Would you choose bright colored things? Would you choose something in between? Or would you go all the way down and have neutrals, just like white, black, and grays? That is my question to you. If I could color literally everything in my world, I mean, excluding my clothes, like if I had to change my clothes for this, but like if it was my living space and my sheets and my table and everything, I think I would go for the pastels. That's the kind of color scheme that I would go for if everything had to be a color scheme. What about you? Jess says rainbow. Alex says, I like contrast. I think too much of either is less interesting than a mixture. And also, Jess had a bath, wants pizza, and is sleepy. Well, that brings me nicely over to what you're up to. You can share button if you want to. I am up to a what am I up to? I'm going to have a bit of a chat with Chris Bockley. I'm going to go over what needs to be done. I'm just going to focus on heading out to Thingy tonight to the demoing. There is some art that I should really get done, and if I get a little bit of that done, then great. But I'm just like after last night, I'm kind of pretty exhausted. I might actually have a quick nap, given that I only had about 2 hours of sleep last night. But I am actually also off to get some free jams in Camden, where I live. There's a place where you can go to do free taste testing. It's amazing. Layla told me about it, and they actually pay you for the taste testing, but then getting the money is actually slightly complicated. So I've not been able to get the money, but just going there and getting free drinks, like adult beverages, or going there and yeah, this time I'm getting a. I don't know what exactly it will be. I'm not allowed to talk about it um, too much, but yeah, it's about different jams and stuff. So that's exciting. And then I'm going to pop over to Shoreditch and show off stuff. If there's anything you want to share, please go ahead. That's why I do these shows. Do you get points? It's like, yeah, you get points, and then the points you convert to a voucher for either Sainsbury's or Asda or Tesco or any of the big supermarkets. And then I did convert it to something, but then I thought that that voucher I would be able to use online. But then I realized, oh wait, it says this voucher you can't use online, and that actual shop isn't anywhere close to me. So then I'd have to go in and, like, if you do your shopping in a shop, like there's enough places that they've got deals with, and they've even got like the Amazon thing. But like, yeah, I need to go back and double check it. And actually, Alex says it sounds a bit dodgy. I mean, it is probably one of those things where they make it, they're happy for people to not always get it. It's like, gym memberships or things where you're paying for a subscription, but then maybe, or things where you get a gift voucher and a substantial percentage of those gift vouchers never get redeemed. It's just straight up money. And yeah, market research is exactly. But anyway, recap and wrap up before we finish up. So, talking about the best day arts requests, let's. So I did the shell with the happy bird, the bird with the cat for Jess. More than 100 cats, that was me. This was the Maple playing a tune for Odolani. The sad critter being thankful. Tiny sentient tree with a flower blooming on it. A unicorn with tiny stubby legs. And these are the drawings of Alex. And that's his Xate. That's not. And this is the thing for. Yeah, I'll get Chris one day to scan it in and make the instructions a little bit nicer. And then we also had the wizard from Twitter. Then from Facebook, we had the penguin dragon hybrid, the D6 monster, and a perfect red dress for me. And I want to note that the bottom is kind of translucent, and so you do need to wear safety pants and make sure that people are okay with seeing you. But then the top is a bit more opaque. Yeah, with the bedazzled stuff and everything. But yeah, that is what I drew. I'm just curious about the numbers. So it's 1, 2, 3 from Facebook, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from Twitter, and 0 from Instagram. That's like kind of interesting to me. Anyway, so this is what I drew today. Let's scoosh that over. That is all the stuff that I've drawn. And that is my recap and wrap up. For birthday, there has been a new game. If you are watching and you're not part of my mailing list and you want that game, let me know. You do have to supply 36 cubes, but you just print it out. I think it's worth, if you're a gamer and you've got 36 cubes, like 18 in 2 different colors, it's a roll and move game. You also need 2d6 and a pen of any color. I mean, I'm really proud of it. It's inspired by Parcheesi and backgammon. I think it's not got the elegant simplicity of backgammon. It's probably not quite as good as backgammon right now. It's definitely better than Parcheesi for my personal tastes, because if you like something that's a bit less random, it has a little bit of dice mitigation, so you can burn your cubes in order to get stuff. And then you've also got to think about, okay, how does the board affect where I'm going? And then, yeah, it's a 5-game campaign. Well, it can be up to 5 games. It's first to win 3 times. And I'm really proud of it, and I would love to have you play it and tell me what you think. Bidabel, that is publicly available. If we go to stuffbybez.com/ALL. Oh yeah, that's something I was going to do. I was going to delete a whole bunch of the stuff from that page. And so if you go to that place, you'll find this, and right at the top of the list is the new LDEC Game of the Year, Bidabel. If you already have an LDEC game, then you should. This is the 11th core LDEC game, so on release, there were 5 included in the box. On the official release, there was 1 on the website, then 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So this is the 11th, which is quite a bit, and I'm really proud of how it's going. I mean, I'm wondering whether having it already on the website made it a bit less exciting for it to go up, but also I am going to delete a lot of the things that are not core games. Usable, I'll probably keep. Portable, I'll have a look at them, but there's probably going to be most of them I will put into a new Google Drive and call it and redirect it to stuffbybez.com/morel, MORE. Should there be 2 E's or just 1? Should there be an underscore? No, just MORELL, Morel. Yep. And it would have Morel that game, so it would have the current number. But here, there's no point to me if I don't feel like Freemel is the best game, or if I don't like the good, the bad, and the wibble. It's cool having it up there. It's cool having it available for people who want to play it. And I would love to have Dwindle up there for people who want to play it, but I know that it's still needs a bit of tweaking. So it's probably just going to be the things that actually look good and I've had time to properly give them the graphics that they deserve. Is Unfinishable up there? It should be Unfinishable. Yep, it's over there. Yeah, there's an attempt at depicting Paul Mansfield. That's what I wrote for there. That was an attempt. Oh my gosh, it's Xate. Hello, Xate. Who is this Bidabel? Is it from Aqua? It is from Aqua and Xate, as you know. What attractive and clever designers you have for your game, says Alex. Very good, very good. But yeah, this is the new rule sheet, and yeah, Xate, hopefully. I'm sorry that the picture of you isn't as pretty as you are. But yes, I agree with this. Aquasolus is indeed awesome. And let me remove this. Actually, let me do that. Aquasolus is indeed awesome. And Xate is wonderful. I do not like that image of me. I will redo it later in the week. I will try my best to make something that tell me why you hate it, and I will try my best to do something that's not displeasing to you. Just put a smile face. As in, when you say just draw a smiley face, you mean just like a simple circle with a smiley? Because, is that what you meant? Because your face is like smiling in this thing. Or would you prefer me to just draw a tree? Because I could do that, and then I won't risk doing something that you hate. But yeah, that to recap and wrap up, go and check out Bidabel. Go and check out, yeah, Growbot Smash. Oh yeah, and if you're on my, if you want to get anything from my shop, if someone wants a copy of my out of print games, I put 6 of them up, and 3 of them are still there. So if someone wanted to buy that, and also there is there's a 2022. Capitalization doesn't matter, but spacing does matter, and that code that code will give you 15% off whatever. Sate says, my lips on that picture are huge. I look almost bald, just kind of fat and awkward. I know I am fat and awkward, I just don't want others to know this. Oh, I'm sorry, and yeah, it is hard to... Yeah, would you like me to draw a tree instead and replace that drawing with an image of a tree? Because if that feels like it would be nicer, then I can also, yeah, mention and have a look, and if there's anything that you want to rewrite about your profile description, then let me know. Jess, why are you saying my name? I am here, and you know it is me. I don't understand what saying my name gets you. Like, anyway, if you want to check me out, I am, of course, stuffbybiz.com, stuffbybiz.bigcartel.com, twitter.com/stuffbybiz, where I'm most active, instagram.com/stuffbybiz, where I share lots of pictures, twitch.tv/stuffbybiz, where I stream every day at 10 a.m. UK time, although recently I've been a wee bit late, like a few minutes late. youtube.com/stuffbybiz has the same stuff, but it's better for watching after the fact. stuffbybiz.com/discord will redirect you to my thing. And yeah, stuffbybiz.com isn't a great website. It's just, it shows you my mailing list. You can join up my mailing list from there. Stuffbybiz.bigcartel.com. Just a quick reminder, as I said, go to Stuffbybiz Biz Day 2022. Here's where you tell Sate that they are beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I have said that. I'm sorry that the picture wasn't as pretty as you are. I'm fairly sure I've said that. Sate says, I didn't see the profile descriptions. And no, Jess, beds don't lie. But you are beautiful. Jess says, and that you can do a better drawing. I mean, like, I could try to do a better drawing, but yeah, I could also try like one more time and then see how it goes. And yeah, if it doesn't work out, then this is the thing about drawing people, because there is so much, I think drawing people, and it is, yeah, how should I put, there is a bit more risk, because if I draw a landscape and it gets messed up, it's not as personal. It's not like, hey, you drew me like this. Like if someone draws me with stubble, that is like, yeah, I do have that, even though I've been doing lots of facial plucking recently to, like, on this side I've got a lot less. But yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, that's not my favorite part of it. And it's like a reminder of maybe the parts of us that we don't like, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop whittering on. Any guidance is much appreciated. If you want to check out my streams, I am talking to Jess tomorrow. I am hopefully going to be in a position to launch a Kickstarter tomorrow. I need to do some artwork for that. I don't need to have it done until like 9:30 a.m. So I could just wake up early and oh my gosh. Share, spread the word. The Kickstarter will be launching no matter what. I will be making a game about selecting 7 cards, speedily searching for synergies. Thank you very much, everyone. Am I going to have a raid? Let's check up on Twitch what's going on, and maybe we will have a quick raid if I can. And maybe we'll make things. If I can. Follow channels. Here we go. Idol Michael. Okay. Hashtag raid Idol Mikael. We are raiding friend of the show, Michael J. Fox. Please, the scope. Feel free to paste the raid command, copy paste it, and then help us make a big splash, and we can say hello to Michael. For now, once more, lots of love, and bye 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, Xate. Lots of love. Bye bye, Alex. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.